The biblical spiritual world operates as a complex, multidimensional war zone, teeming with celestial military forces and hostile entities. To understand how we're caught in the crossfire, we have to look at the original blueprint of reality. In the beginning, the physical universe and the spiritual dimension were not separated by an invisible wall. In the first version of paradise, the Garden of Eden, the dimensions of heaven and earth perfectly overlapped. This was a literal geographic location where the physical and the spiritual shared the exact same space, allowing humans and their creator to walk side by side. The spiritual realm was engineered by God to be the very fabric of human reality, a unified existence where the seen and unseen worked together as one. But that unified reality shattered. Human sin and an ensuing angelic rebellion violently tore the two realms apart. Mankind was exiled from the overlap, severing our direct connection to the spiritual dimension. God established strict security measures to lock down the border. He stationed the cherubim at the entrance of the garden. These are imposing, elite celestial guards with multiple animalistic faces, covered in eyes, tasked with keeping humanity out of God's direct presence. At the same time, a massive power vacuum opened up on Earth. A third of the angelic host rebelled alongside Satan, and as a penalty, they were cast out of heaven and forced down into our physical realm. Mankind remains biologically blind to the spiritual forces layered directly on top of them. Every day, people go to work, drive their cars, and live seemingly ordinary lives, unaware they are walking through an active, cross-dimensional battlefield. Both sides of this conflict deploy highly specialized units to the Earth. God's forces range from messenger angels delivering specific directives to powerful archangels like Michael, who are tasked with overseeing and defending entire human nations. Opposing them is Satan's military hierarchy, cascading downward into specialized units. Ground-level unclean spirits inflict torment, lying spirits deceive, and familiar spirits act as occult double agents. Above them, principalities and powers wield geopolitical influence, masquerading as false deities to hijack devotion. Throughout history, humans carved blocks of wood and stone to worship. The biblical text reveals that while the physical statues had no power, high-ranking demonic entities operated behind these false gods, like Baal or Molech, to intercept the sacrifices. Behind every ancient shrine and modern deception is a calculated military operation designed exclusively to steal humanity's allegiance away from their creator. Because the physical and spiritual realms remain separated today, human death creates a logistical problem. Souls cannot immediately rejoin their creator in a physical space, so they are kept in temporary holding cells. The primary holding facility is known as Sheol, or Hades. It operates as a massive waiting room for all deceased humans, strictly divided by an impassable chasm into a realm of comfort for the faithful and a realm of fiery agony for the rebellious. Then there is the Abyss. This functions as a bottomless, maximum security dungeon reserved strictly for the demonic entities who crossed God's explicit boundaries, like those who created the half-human Nephilim. This rigid infrastructure remained intact until the days between the crucifixion and the resurrection. During that window, Jesus executed a cross-dimensional raid, descending directly into Sheol to declare his work finished, shattering the gates of the holding cell. He opened a pathway, leading the souls of the faithful out of Sheol and into a purely spiritual dimension called the Second Paradise, where they currently wait for the end of the war. These temporary staging grounds await the timeline's final climax. The current era of isolation and warfare has an expiration date. The ultimate objective of God's plan is the physical, bodily resurrection of all humanity, where our spiritual selves and our physical forms are miraculously merged back together. But before the realms can be united, the earth has to undergo a cosmic purge to eradicate the rebellion. This final execution is known as the Lake of Fire. The Lake of Fire consumes not only Satan and his entire demonic military, but the old infrastructure itself. The temporary holding cell of Sheol, the Abyss, and the very concept of death are permanently thrown into the flames, clearing the board entirely. Once the board is cleared, the final climax occurs. A new spiritual city, known as the New Jerusalem, is brought down from heaven and planted directly onto the newly restored physical earth, initiating what is known as the Third Paradise. In this exact moment, the barrier is destroyed. The physical and spiritual dimensions cross over and fuse into one complete dimension, restoring the original overlap of the Garden of Eden on a massive cosmic scale. The spiritual world is an active, conquering reality, hurtling toward a final collision with our own. As these dimensions merge, the neutral ground of the physical world disappears, leaving every human to occupy one side of the final reunification.